intensification, I love your little laneway house. It is coming, that's the way to do it. And as an architect, I sort of have a general rule, if it's bigger than what else is in the neighborhood, doesn't look like what else is in the neighborhood, then maybe it's not right for the neighborhood. And respectful intensification is the way to go, and you had respectful intensification. Also, the government has now allowed every single family home can now be a fourplex, provided parking, whatever is addressed. And that's a great way to intensify a neighborhood without changing the look and the spirit and the community of that neighborhood. Because when you tear down half a block of houses to build a 6-story or 8-story apartment building, really doesn't give the community the same spirit it once had in that neighborhood. So respectful intensification is definitely the way to go, and like you said, it's out there. It's just waiting to be done, and they don't have to be 4 to 6 stories.
I agree with most of what you say, but I do have one disagreement, and that is cities are living things. I was in Rome in October, and the Rome that I was in, people have been living in that space for over 2,600 years, right? Things change. Change is part of our life. We don't like change because we're used to things being in a particular area. Like, I know every morning when I wake up where my cell phone is. That's a comforting thing, right? So we as a species don't really like change. We shouldn't be afraid of change because in certain neighborhoods, and I know this in my neighborhood, there are certain places 25 years ago when we bought our house, it looked very different. Now, I think it looks much better. The question, to me, the thing is not about change, it's about how do you make sure that that change happens. I don't think you should push change down people's throats. I think you have to engage people in discussions about what change will look like. And what should drive change is not some developer wanting to maximize profits. It should be, what do people need?
Exactly.
Right. And if you give them options, if you give them permission to dream and to think about things a bit differently, they're going to realize the only reason I'm used to this is because I'm used to it, not because it really helps me. And so we need to create spaces and trust so that people go, it's okay to put a 3-story or 4-story place there, if that's what people need.
Correct.
Yeah.
And again, there's the evolution of change too.
Yeah,
Sort of
exactly.
crawls. These pop-ups don't make a lot of sense. Anyways, you're preaching to the choir as an architect. I rely on change for my employment.